Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Please subscribe and keep watching more details. Bold and the Beautiful. Sheila's dirty or dead fingers exposed. Bold and the Beautiful spoilers use Sheila Carter for Friday's cliffhanger after lifeless fingers stick out of a dirty blanket on the CBS soap. While the scene abruptly stopped, hints dropped suggesting that the hand likely belonged to Sheila. So come Monday it looks like Deacon Sharp may deliver his promise. Sheila Carter's Kimberlyn Brown toes had a lot of airtime on B&B in the last few weeks, despite the fact she's nowhere around. But for Friday's cliffhanger, her fingers seem to be what Bold and the Beautiful focused on. Or at least fans assume those fingers belong to her, but viewers have been fooled before. They could belong to just about anyone when next week rolls around. Deacon Sharp, seen Kanan, and Finn head to a location found on a convenience store receipt from Sheila Carter's credit card purchases. But first, Bold and the Beautiful fans became privy to Deacon telling John Finnegan, Tanner Nolan, something that sounded like a hint. He indicated that the store is in a seedy part of town. So, off they had to find Sheila, but the convenience store clerk said she never saw her. Then Deacon and Finn questioned a homeless man who was overly anxious to help. Then he gave them some information for their search. Next, Sheila Carter's son and bereaved boyfriend head to the place where the homeless man last saw her. The homeless man saw a woman who looked like the picture of Sheila Carter that her anxiety-riddled boyfriend showed him. The man told the two Bold and the Beautiful amateur detectives that she went into a building behind him. But that was days ago. Then he heard screaming. But when asked if he reported this, he was indignant and said no. He told Sheila's son and boyfriend that he needed to stay out of things. It's the code of survival on the streets. And he reassured them that the screaming finally stopped. So Finn and Deacon head to the abandoned building on Friday's Bold and the Beautiful. What they find inside is a mess from the homeless squatting there. The camera pans to mattresses and blankets all over the place. This is littered with garbage and strewn with bottles and cans. Before Deacon and Finn see what lies under one of the dirty blankets, the camera zones in on it. A lifeless and filthy hand is slightly exposed, so you only see fingers. It is seen for only one fleeting moment, so you can't tell if they belong to Sheila. But you can see that the hand looks either dirty or discolored by death. Before anything popped up suggesting Sheila Carter was there, the scene cut off. Bold and the Beautiful gave a glimpse into a place so disgusting that it's hard to believe Sheila would stay there on her own accord. No matter how honest the homeless man sounded, he suggested that Deacon grease his hand with money first. So the jury is still out on who or what he saw and heard. Maybe he was only looking for a quick buck and would say anything to get that. Deacon offered a timeline on Sheila Carter's disappearance. He said during this search that she's been missing for 2 weeks. So if she was lying under that blanket all that time, there's not much hope. That's if it's even her. They could always discover someone else there. So Sheila might have been held captive against her will somewhere else in the building. This could be the case if what the homeless man said rings true. It's also possible she could still be in that building somewhere else. But then again, Bold and the Beautiful might have put that scene of the fingers in last week's episode for an enticing Friday cliffhanger. With that said, Deacon Sharp popped up like a true hero and declared that today would be the day they would find Sheila. But he also added his biggest worry: they might be too late. So is another funeral for Sheila in the cards? Or will they find Sheila Carter and her doctor's son could save her again on the CBS soap? Head back to Soap Dirt for the latest Bold and the Beautiful spoilers. Title: Unveiling Sheila, Secrets of the Bold and the Beautiful. In the glittering world of Los Angeles alight, where the sun kissed the boulevards with golden rays and whispers of scandal danced in the air like confetti, one name reigned supreme in infamy: Sheila Carter. She was a tempest, a whirlwind of seduction and deceit that swept through the lives of the rich and powerful like a hurricane, leaving devastation in her wake. Yet, amidst the chaos she sowed, a question lingered in the minds of all who crossed her path. Were Sheila's fingers stained with the dirt of her deeds, or were they stained with something far more sinister? The opulent halls of the Forrester mansion, adorned with priceless art and shimmering chandeliers, bore witness to the latest chapter in Sheila's saga. As she glided through the corridors with the grace of a serpent, her eyes gleamed with a hunger that belied the innocence of her facade. For years she had plotted and schemed, weaving a web of lies so intricate that even she struggled to discern truth from fiction. But now, the truth threatened to unravel her carefully constructed facade. Whispers of her past misdeeds echoed through the halls, carried on the lips of those who had fallen victim to her machinations. Brooke Logan, with her steely gaze and unwavering resolve, stood at the forefront of the accusations, determined to expose Sheila for the snake she truly was. Yet, as the battle lines were drawn and alliances forged, Sheila remained unfazed. With a smile as sharp as a dagger, she danced on the edge of danger, taunting her adversaries with a confidence born of years spent navigating the treacherous waters of high society. But beneath a veneer of poise and elegance, Sheila harbored a darkness that threatened to consume her. Haunted by the ghosts of her past, she grappled with demons that lurked in the shadows, whispering secrets that threatened to tear her world apart. As the sun dipped below the horizon, casting long shadows across the city of angels, Sheila found herself standing at the precipice of oblivion. The weight of her sins bore down upon her like a leaden cloak, suffocating her with the weight of her own guilt. But even in the depths of despair, Sheila refused to surrender. With a fire burning in her soul, she rose from the ashes of her past, ready to face whatever fate had in store for her. For whether her fingers were stained with dirt or drenched in blood, one thing remained certain: Sheila Carter would always be the master of her own destiny. In the shimmering heart of Los Angeles, where glamour dances hand in hand with scandal, the titans of fashion and fortune weave a tapestry of deceit and desire. Among the stars that grace the sky of this glittering city, few shine as brightly or cast shadows as darkly as the enigmatic Sheila Carter. Sheila, a femme fatale wrapped in silken secrets, strides through the halls of power with the grace of a panther and the cunning of a serpent. Her eyes, pools of emerald fire, hold the promise of passion and peril in equal measure. To some she is a goddess of seduction, a siren whose whispers of temptation lead men astray. To others she is a viper, coiled and waiting to strike at the heart of innocence. But beneath the facade of beauty and charm lies a labyrinth of treachery, woven with threads of deceit that threaten to unravel at any moment. For Sheila is not content to merely exist in the shadows. She thrives on the chaos she creates, manipulating the lives of those around her like pieces on a chessboard. It is amidst this backdrop of intrigue that the latest chapter in Sheila's saga unfolds, a tale of love and betrayal, passion and revenge, destined to leave a mark on the sands of time. At the heart of the storm stands Eric Forrester, a titan of industry whose name is synonymous with success and sophistication. Handsome and charismatic, with a smile that could melt even the coldest heart, Eric is the embodiment of the American dream. Yet, despite his wealth and power, he remains haunted by the ghosts of his past, a past that Sheila knows all too well. Their history is a tangled web of passion and pain, betrayal, and forgiveness, stretching back decades to a time when they were young and foolish, and the world was theirs for the taking. But now, as fate conspires to bring them together once more, the flames of their old desires threaten to reignite, consuming everything in their path. But Sheila is not the only player in this deadly game of love and lust. For standing in her way is Brooke Logan, a vision of beauty and grace whose presence looms large over the Forrester dynasty. Brooke is no stranger to the machinations of the rich and powerful, having fought tooth and nail to carve out her own place in their world, and she will stop at nothing to protect those she loves from the clutches of Sheila's wicked grasp. As tensions mount and loyalties are tested, the stage is set for a showdown of epic proportions, a battle for the soul of Los Angeles itself. Will Sheila's dirty fingers finally be exposed for all to see, or will she succeed in snuffing out the light of truth once and for all? Only time will tell as the bold and the beautiful continue their timeless dance of love and deception, leaving a trail of broken hearts and shattered dreams in their wake.